It is time for a Monday American Family News Update. I'm Bronson Woodruff. Israel approved plans today to capture the entire Gaza Strip and stay there for an unspecified amount of time. This is according to two Israeli officials. Israeli cabinet members approved the plan in an early morning vote, hours after the Israeli military chief said the army was calling up tens of thousands of reserve soldiers. Officials said the new plan was meant to help Israel achieve its war goals of defeating Hamas and freeing hostages held in Gaza. The plan also calls for hundreds of thousands of Palestinians to move to Gaza's south. A defense official said the new plan wouldn't begin until after U.S. President Trump wraps up his expected visit to the Middle East this month, allowing for the possibility that Israel might agree to a ceasefire in the meantime. All three officials spoke on condition of anonymity because they were discussing military plans. President Trump says he is directing his government to reopen and expand Alcatraz, the notorious former prison on a California island. In a message on his Truth Social site Sunday evening, Trump wrote that, "For too long, America has been plagued by vicious, violent, and repeat criminal offenders, the dregs of society, who will never contribute anything other than misery and suffering. When we were a more serious nation in times past, we did not hesitate to lock up the most dangerous criminals and keep them far away from anyone they could harm. That's the way it's supposed to be," end quote. He added, "The reopening of Alcatraz will serve as a symbol of law and order and, all caps, justice." The prison was closed back in 1963, and Alcatraz Island is currently operated as a tourist site. The South Texas home of Elon Musk's SpaceX rocket company is now an official city with a galactic name, Starbase. A vote Saturday to formally organize Starbase as a city was approved by a lopsided margin among the small group of voters who live there. Those voters are mostly Musk's employees at SpaceX. With all the votes in, the tally was 212 in favor to 6 against. That's according to results published online by the Cameron County Elections Department. Musk celebrated in a post on his social platform X, saying that it is now a real city. Starbase is the facility and launch site for the SpaceX rocket program that's under contract with the Department of Defense and NASA that hopes to send astronauts back to the moon and someday to Mars. Thousands of people are lining the roads around the Houses of Parliament and Buckingham Palace today. This as British and Allied troops paraded past at the start of 4 days of pageantry. This is to mark the 80th anniversary of the end of World War II in Europe. Actor Timothy Spall recited the victory speech after Big Ben struck noon, the speech that Winston Churchill delivered to a roaring crowd in central London on May 8, 1945. Britain started its commemorations of VE Day 3 days early because Monday is a public holiday in the UK. That's a wrap for this AFN News Update. More of the stories you just heard and more news from a Christian perspective can be found on our website, afn.net. That is afn.net. Thank you for watching American Family News. I'm Bronson Woodruff.